Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about trimming tomatoes. Should you trim or should you not trim your tomatoes? So the first thing you're going to want to do is consider whether your tomato is a determinate or indeterminate tomato type. So what you can do is look the tomato up, or if you've got the seed packet's from 2017, but it happens to be this tomato. It's an indeterminate variety. Almost all heirloom tomatoes are indeterminates instead of determinate. Now what I think about is determinate are predestined or determined for a particular size. They're usually like what you consider a bush tomato, right? Indeterminate, the size is not predetermined. It will grow and vine. So it will grow and grow and grow until the center stalk, the lead stalk, is trimmed off. So it will grow late into the season, and it will continue to produce tomatoes as long as it has a place to continue to grow. Actually, it'll continue to produce tomatoes afterwards, but it will continue to grow as long as it has a place to grow. So if you trellis it up, it'll continue and continue. I mean, these things get like 10 feet tall. Have you ever seen those tomato trees? That's what it is. It's just an indeterminate tomato type. So should you trim it? If it's an indeterminate, I would say yes, you want to trim it. If it's a determinate, I would trim, but only a little bit. So what do you trim? So you want to make sure that there's plenty of airflow in here. First, I should identify these tomatoes. This is a black Cherokee tomato. It is a medium slicer, and this is a teardrop tomato that I got from my brother-in-law. It is a cherry tomato type. So what I look for is suckers. So these are these bottom branches that aren't going to flower. They're doing not much, in my opinion, other than sucking the energy out. People may argue that you need leaves, obviously, to allow your plants to photosynthesize and to be healthy. But my response is, well, just don't cut all the limbs off. So what I'm going to do is come in here and trace this back to the base, and I'm going to give that a cut. And I'm going to just drop that and let it compost where it is. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut this. So what I'm doing is going around, and I'm keeping in mind airflow. I want this tomato to be able to dry out in between waterings. If it rains, I want this beautiful wind to be able to get in here and really dry everything out in here. So I may even take, this was a flowering stalk, I'm taking that out. I'm going to take that one out as well. I'm going to give her a little spin here. I'm going to take out these that are down low. You'll get a hang for this. Just kind of look around for things that don't feel right to you and take them off. If you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. There are many branches on tomatoes, and they can often come back from a bad trim job. Try not to take too much at once. You can always come back and take off more. It's really hard to put any part back on the tomato, right? You can't grow it back again. So I'm going to look at that, and I'm going to say lots of airflow, got some little flowers in there. I think that looks pretty good, but you know what? I'm going to be bold and take this off. This is also one that would flower, as you can see down in here. But yeah, I'm not going to allow it to do that. I want it to flower up high. So this one is done. So let's move over to the cherry tomato here, the teardrop tomato. Actually, I think this one is a yellow. So I'm going to do the same thing again. Look around low. Take off. This is a flowering one. I'm taking it off anyway. So you can see, it's like cutting hair, right? The first few times you do it, it's very scary if you've ever cut anyone's hair, because you don't want to screw it up and get in a bunch of trouble. But it's your tomato, so who's going to know? If you screw it up, just don't tell anyone. Got some little parsley growing in here. This is edible, Let's see. So what else? I'm going to take this one off. I just don't like the way it's in there. This one is kind of a little weenie. Kind of floppy. I don't know. I want this. So the more you take off on the outside, the stronger these stalks are going to get. And I'm actually going to take this bad boy off right there. And I've got a sucker growing up right here. I'm going to take that off too. It would flower, but it's flowering too low for my liking. I'm going to take that one too. And I'm going to take that one. I would say at any given time, don't cut more than 1/3 of your plant off. So just let it recover and then come back to it later, maybe in a week or so, a couple of weeks, and see what you've got. So that's enough. I need to stop myself before I trim it all to hell. All right, so now they look significantly different, but they're going to be stronger. They're going to like me better for it, and I bet I get flowering sooner than I would have. This one has 2 flowers on it, but we'll see. So now what I'm going to do is wait till actually the sun goes down. It's about 90 degrees today, and then I'm going to fertilize in with my favorite urine fertilizer, and I'll put these aside. Maybe we'll come back and visit them in a little while, and again, just drop that right there on the ground. All right, let me know if you have any questions about this, and yeah, we'll check in later. Thanks for watching.